Hello, this is Ben119 and welcome back to another Twilight Princess dungeon design video. In this part we're going to be looking at the second half of Goron Mines. If you haven't seen the first half, I'd highly recommend watching it. In the first half we did everything up until the bow and arrow, and in this part we're going to finish the dungeon. So right there was a bridge that you can knock down with the bow and arrow, and I think the way you're supposed to know that is that with the bow and arrow you can shoot things, and there are ropes you can shoot, and you know about the ropes because you saw one of those bridges earlier on in the dungeon where you could knock the ropes, but you had to do it with your sword. But the bow is strong enough to cut the ropes, but the slingshot isn't, or the boomerang. In here there are these spinning eye creatures, and you have to shoot them in the eye before you can move them. I think this is pretty cool. They're a bit like BMOs in Ocarina of Time, but they're actually movable. I guess you can figure that out because their eyes are completely different looking to the rest of them. So you think, oh yeah, just shoot them in the eye. Well, that's what I thought anyway. Right here we got the compass. So we have not got the compass yet. This is another thing I was on about with Twilight Princess dungeons. The compass, you usually always get it over halfway through the dungeon, which is good and bad. It's good because you don't see where everything is straight away, but it's bad because if you miss them on the opposite side of the dungeon, you have to backtrack all the way there to get it. Which I guess is not too bad, but I like to know how many chests are in each room before going in. It'd be good if they just said how many chests are in the room, not where they were. That would be better, in my opinion. Be more fun to explore. Okay, so that was the last part of the boss key, so we've got all three parts of the boss key, so we're able to head to the boss door, but at this point in the dungeon we have no knowledge on where the boss door is. But we need to just keep following the path of the dungeon. So, let's keep going. Oh yeah, that was the final Goron shrine room. You're not able to use weapons in there for some reason either. Oh yeah, I forgot this one was still alive, so I had to backflip out of his way. So, as you can see, there's a door behind this thing you can go through. If you don't have the map or compass, I think this dungeon would be a lot harder, but since you got the map and compass, it's much easier to see where you're going and what to do. This room is pretty cool. I used to hate this room when I was younger when I played it, but if you take this room nice and slow, it's really easy, but if you're impatient, then it's really annoying. So this thing here, you just have to roll into it to knock it down. It's really weird. Might take you a little while to figure that out. I think it probably took me a while to figure out. I don't know why they put that there. It's interesting though. But there's loads of these little things that fall down from the ceiling, which, yeah, you do need to be aware, especially in a minute. So these Dinophos, or the Zalphos, or whatever you call them, or the Dongos, you're able to shoot arrows into their mouths, and they die instantly. I don't think it teaches you that anywhere, but you just have to mess around with it. Be able to just get them in one go, much quicker. There's loads of these little fire enemies on the ceiling, and if you try jumping across the platforms, they'll fall down, and 99% of the time you'll fall in the lava, so you'll probably need to kill them first, like I was doing there. I was always really impatient before, and I used to always get knocked off. Right here, there is another blue magnet thing you can walk on the ceiling. This is pretty cool. There's an upside down Dinophos, and you can actually use the bow on him. So if we target and shoot in his mouth, kills him. And over here there's a switch, and you can aim with your bow while on it. So you're basically using two items at once. It's really cool how you use two different things at once there to do something. The game teaches you two things and you combine them both together. It's really clever. Over here we got a chest. I'm pretty sure it's just rupees. Yep, 50 rupees just for jumping across a little ledge. That's really nice. This game is really weird with the rewards it gives you. Down this bridge here. Get across and go on the switch. It's funny here, because there's some chests that are really hidden and they barely give you anything, and there's some chests like that that are really out in the open and you barely get anything from it. I mean, like, you get loads of stuff from it. You get like 50 rupees from an easy chest. So if you didn't know already, we're going to head back towards that room. You know, the room with all the archers that will try and shoot you. We're going to head over there now. because that's where our next objective is. Because in that room there was one of those spinning eye things that we can shoot and then move in. So that's nice. So we're going to head over to that and do that. I'm going to kill these things first. You don't even need to kill these. They were pretty good shots, I guess, especially the first one. I was just messing about, I think. Because I knew this episode was going to be really short, so I wanted to add on a bit of extra time where I could. With the first half of this dungeon is much longer than the second half. With the first temple, both halves are around the same length. So I'm just shooting at all these things, so they don't get me. Yeah, I think there's one up there I missed. Yeah, I forgot he existed. I'm an idiot. Shoot at him. So, now he's dead. Go through here. And this was the thing I was on about. This thing here, you have to shoot him. It's really weird how you have to do this, and remember he was there. I think this took me a while to figure it out when I first played it. It's weird I have to push him all the way back, this to open. There should just be an open corridor behind him, so it's more obvious. But no, I think this is quite cool though. It's quite hidden, it's pretty good. So if you go up here, this is really good at teaching you. So you'll see these barrels here, you'll see they explode when they get shot at. And you'll see a barrel between them two, so you shoot the barrel and it kills them both. It's pretty cool. And if we go behind here, there's a switch. And there we go, we've activated another one of those magnet platforms. Those blue things. That's what I call them, blue things. So this was the only temple in the game where you have to return when you have the hookshot. There's a chest in this room that's higher up, which you're not able to get to. Which is cool, I guess. A bit annoying. So we're going to go on this magnet thing, and with this you have to stand on the moving magnet, and you have to aim while you're upside down and shoot this rope. It looks hard, but it's not. It's just knowing what to do. It's really weird. Because you're not able to get onto that platform to the side unless you shoot that, so you have to do it while upside down. The perspective and your aiming is a bit weird. You'll get used to it. It's cool. So let's go through this door here. And this is the last room in the dungeon other than the boss room. So there's a load of these archer guys that we need to shoot at. I don't know, this is just like a final bit for the boss door, I guess. I'm just shooting at them like this. I'm not gonna go close up. Just rather do it like this for a change, because I usually always kill them with my sword. Might as well make use of the bow. Now, however, even though I was on about dungeon items being a bit useless, I think the bow is really useful. It's used quite a lot in later dungeons. It's just some items, like the boomerang isn't used that much, the spinner's not used that much, but things like the hook shot, the claw shot I mean, not the hook shot, are used a lot. Final bridge, knock it down, go across here, and we're going to enter the boss door now. So I think this is a pretty good dungeon. I think the layout is a little bit weird in the second half. In order to get to that main room, you know, the main room with the water and all the archers, I think that room's in a really weird place in the dungeon to get to. But it's a cool dungeon. I think the iron boot part, where you're going across certain ceilings, can be a little bit slow. I wish you walked a little bit faster, but other than that, I think it's a pretty solid dungeon. I think it's fun. I think it looks cool as well. So now we're going to do the boss. So, this boss, I have two opinions on it. One, I think it's a very good looking boss, and I think it looks really cool, but the second thing is the thing I don't like. He's way too easy. Even when I fought him for the first time, I managed to kill him without losing any health, and I think I managed to do it here. So all you have to do to kill him is you shoot the thing on his head, that glowing point, and then you grab the chains and you pull it. And he falls over, you hit him, and then you shoot that again. But it's really easy. I was expecting this boss to be really hard when I first saw it, but it's actually really easy. You'll see what I mean in a minute. That glowing point, obviously you'll need to shoot at it because the bow is your dungeon item. I think this would have been a better boss if it was harder. If this boss was hard and it attacked more, this would have been like a really, really good boss in this game. I always find it to be a little bit unmemorable, how easy it is. So he tries to run away, so we just pull the iron boots on. I think it's pretty cool how it makes use of the iron boots as well as the bow. in this temple. It feels like you've got 2 dungeon items in this temple, which is cool. Go, just attack him. And right here, I'm not sure if I'm exploiting the game or whether this is the way you do it. But as soon as the light comes back on his head, I just shoot it as soon as I can. So then I can pull him again. Like that. And doing the boss this way is just so easy. I think even doing it the normal way is so easy as well. I think the thing about Twilight Princess is that enemies don't do enough damage. I think enemies are really cool in this game, and I think some of the enemies are too easy. They have not enough health, and when they hit you, they don't do enough damage. I think if enemies did more damage and they were harder to kill, I think this game would be a lot better. You can use the Ganondorf amiibo, which does make you take double damage. Or you could play on hero mode where you take double damage, but hero mode everything is mirrored. I'd rather just play regular version because it's really weird when it's mirrored because I always get lost because I'm not used to it. There we go. Just take off the iron boots and do the finishing attack. So you go. So this boss is dead, just like that. It's too easy. But this boss is actually a Goron. He's actually just a big Goron. He's not like this big evil creature. It's a bit like the mini boss in this dungeon, how he was actually good, but he was just bad, acting bad. But there we go, that's Goron Mine's done. Surprisingly, this temple was actually shorter than the first temple. Maybe casually it'd be longer, but in this playthrough I'm not sure how long it took. I think it took 31 minutes, and the Monkey Temple took, I think, 36 or 35. So it was a few minutes shorter. But yeah, it's a cool dungeon, as you can see. I just think it has a few flaws, but it's still a good dungeon. I enjoyed playing through it again, and I enjoyed talking about it. So there we go, we get another heart. And yeah, that's cool. So if you liked it, please leave a like and subscribe if you're new around here. I'm going to be making the next dungeon soon. I just need to learn the dungeon. I'm currently learning it right now, and I need to learn the other dungeons later on. So that'll be fun for me, and once I learn them all, I'll make videos on them. And I will talk about the design in them. So yeah, that'll be cool. So yeah, if you really liked it and you have any questions, please leave a comment if I missed anything. And thank you for watching. Goodbye.